Okay, so jump power, and this is probably going to be the final video of Encore Jump. I think I've pretty much covered everything except for this one nuance that I personally overlooked. I actually had to have someone in the comments remind me that I might have this and I need to check it. Essentially what is happening is that if you have the fighter add-on jump power, you're going to increase your jump height. Why is this a problem? Well, the higher you jump, the less likely or less frequent you are going to be able to land Encore Jump. I had it at level 11. At one point in time I had a level 15, but I had a level 11, and as you can see right now, there is a sizable difference with having a level 11 jump power and no jump power. So this is really just a PSA, an understanding of when you're using certain skills, certain add-ons, to pay attention to what you have. Lesson 1, always revisit and make sure you know what add-ons that you have. But then lesson 2, make sure you understand how different add-on skills and abilities interact. Using Ngoku or Wukong, he's a fairly large boss. I'd still put him at the medium size. And even though it's hard to tell because the camera changes, I can get between 3 to 4 Encore jumps when I don't have jump power equipped. And when I have jump power, that drops to 1 to 2. So when you're looking at potency, right now mine's at level 15. Now I got to get that up. You're going from 1 to 2, so that's 20 to 40 potency, to 3 to 4, which is going to be 60 to 80. And with larger enemies like Lazintos, that can climb even further. So once again, if you're an Encore Jump believer, make sure you do not have jump power equipped. Time for another short demonstration. So, wanted to do a little bonus, a little product demonstration. I know I don't do product demos, and so I'm recording this off my camera, but what you're looking at here is my Xbox controller. This is what I use to play PSO2. Nothing fancy. What I do want to show you is what I've recently acquired that's helping in my Encore jumps, and figured it's working out, so now it's time to share that secret tech, quote unquote. So let's look at the back. What we are seeing here is the Armor X, and of course I will have a link in the description. What does the Armor X do? Well, simply it provides 4 buttons in the back of your Xbox controller. Now this isn't anything fancy, but essentially what this device allows you to do is map any button on the Xbox controller except for this one and that one, at least not on the PC. And of course I play on PC. But it allows you to map any of those buttons to one of these 4 buttons here. So you can't do anything with your keyboard. It's primarily based on your controller. The great thing is there is no software. This is all hardware enabled, and so we'll get into that a little bit. These other buttons that you'll see are things like presets. So you can have different settings for the different 4 buttons. There's of course, the function that allows you to map the buttons. So here's the preset. Here's the mapping function. This is the Armor X Pro, so this is a gyroscope. I don't use that, but technically you can. Essentially, if you were to trigger this, the controller now has motion sensing, and so you can aim or drive or whatever with the controller. Technically, if you go into Z mode with Talus, you could use that. The other things that it has is it has macros, which we won't get into, but you can hardware macro and turbo functionality. So this is actually pretty beneficial if you want to kind of do what a lot of keyboard and mouse players are doing, to where, hey, I want turbo function for this button. This button is going to be my jump button. So essentially, if I hold this button down, it's going to have a turbo process. It could be 5 clicks a minute. It could be, I forget, I think it goes all the way up to 10, not minutes, excuse me, seconds. I think it goes all the way up to 20 clicks a second. I leave it at 5. So essentially, whether I'm holding this to get to my back palette and then needing to hold X or Y, which would be my swift smash or my tech, instead of having to repeatedly press A, which I was doing in my earlier Encore Jump videos, now I can either manually do it or I can set a turbo feature to basically cut out the work. So this is what I'm currently using. It's working out very, very well. How does this connect? Well, you can either plug it in, hardwire. So one of the things I forgot to mention is that this also acts as your Xbox's battery. So you don't have to worry about getting a rechargeable battery pack. You don't have to worry about getting batteries. You plug it in the top here, it slides in the battery slot, and then you just charge it from its charge slot here. So if you have it connected to your PC, you can play wired, but you can also play wireless. It has a USB dongle that essentially is the receiver. Hope this was informative. Of course, the link will be in the description if anyone's interested. Of course, leave questions in the comments below and get jumping. I'll catch you all next time.